Jimmy Butler going to the Golden State Warriors. They send out Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a first-round pick. The Heat kept Wiggins and Kyle Anderson. Dennis Schroeder was sent to the Pistons. Who else? Lindy Waters was involved in this trade as well.
Not Lindy.
Sorry. Lindy might be the biggest piece in the trade, unfortunately. PJ Tucker involved as well. A bunch of them being rerouted. 5 different teams, Jazz, Pistons, Raptors get in on this. But essentially what you need to know, Jimmy Butler going from the Heat to the Golden State Warriors. The Heat get Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, and a first-round pick. Our resident Warriors fan, you can start us off by letting us know how you feel. I know you post a little TikTok on the page, but let us know on the live, again, how you're feeling about this trade.
I feel like, shout out Andrew Wiggins, first off. Won us a championship. Always grateful for your service. Glad to see you go. But Jimmy Butler, I'm an optimistic man. Welcome to the Warriors. After giving it some sleep, some thought, I'm not going to count it off until I see it happen and see them play. Like I said to you guys, I'm not a fan of the fit. I don't know how we're going to play Warrior-esque basketball with a guy who needs the ball to be impactful on our roster. At least the man can still play defense, but us giving up our bench pieces and a first-round pick is not helpful for us because at least those guys were somewhat useful and NBA players that we could use. But I guess it must be done to get some level of championship noteworthy help for our team. But like I said before, I'm not a fan of this trade. I don't think we should sign a 34-year-old man to a 2-year extension thinking that he can do something better than what Andrew Wiggins could do. At least Andrew Wiggins is cooperative. He smiles every day, gives you a good attitude. Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green might fight the first game. Like, there's no way this ends in a positive way. Jimmy Butler's not going to retire a Warrior. Like, he's going to start complaining like he does on every single team. He's a
Hey, what happened to optimistic? You started the shit off with I'm an optimistic guy. And now
I talked myself down. I talked myself down. I kept going.
He's a realist. He's a realist.
All the negatives.
It's me versus me.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to be a good fit at all. Hopefully, I was hoping we get Vucevic, but that fell through. And maybe this roster is, or maybe this is a stepping stone for next year and building something towards the championship for next year.
Look, I know you're shitting on this. I know you're shitting on this trade. Me personally, I don't think it's a bad trade. Let me talk about the Warriors side real quick. We'll talk about the Heat side as well because I know that matters as well. For the Warriors, I don't think it's that bad of a trade. You're not giving up any of your young players. You kept most of your picks. Yeah, you're losing 2 rotational guys that you actually played, but I think Jimmy is an upgrade over Wiggins, even if only slightly. The real issue I had with this was them giving him the extension before he even played a single second of basketball for them. I think that's very irresponsible because not only that, but not to mention the Warriors did nothing else. I think the Warriors probably could have used 1 or 2 more moves to be like, okay, now this Jimmy Butler deal makes sense. Like you said, a Vucevic would have got me. Okay, now I'm liking what they're building here. Now they got another offensive threat, another big as well that can, come in there playing spurts. Even if he is a liability defensively, they got Draymond there, so it'll work out. But just making this move, I don't think it's enough. Like you said, I don't know how much he's going to change. I think he will be better because he's a much better creator than Andrew Wiggins. Like, Andrew Wiggins played really well in the system, but the Warriors also lacked anybody to take pressure off Steph. And I think that's one thing that Jimmy Butler will definitely help because you just got to respect Jimmy Butler. I know it's, he's on the older side, but the way the players are going to guard him, you're going to respect Jimmy Butler. So I think that's going to help. But again, I don't know about this being the only move, and I don't know about signing him to an extension. It's a lot of money, $50 million plus per year for him. And if you're gonna have to, if you want to keep Draymond, you have to pay him. You're gonna have to pay Kuminga eventually, the young guys. So I don't know. The Warriors keep trying to do this 2 timeline thing, and I just don't think it's a smart idea. We'll see how it pans out, I guess. But I don't know. I don't like how this is working. Maybe something hits and Jimmy Butler is the change they needed, but I don't think this is enough for them.
Maybe this is the move going into next year, trying to build a roster around this team and the way that you set it up with Jimmy Butler, because Steph did mention a little for our next little run at a championship, which is a small window, and that's going to be next year is win it all or bust for the rest of this era of the Warriors. And I truly believe that we only have 1 year left.
Hassan,
yeah.
How did you feel when it broke out that Katie did not want to come back?
I immediately thought about Draymond and him being the plague of this organization. There's a sacrifice that comes with those 4 championships. Man, it started with KD, went to Poole, went back to KD, talked more trash on KD's name. A little bit of Clay. I didn't want him gone, but he still thought he could do it. And then back to KD again yesterday. The KD cycle of the Draymond Green plague.
Man, I mean, bro, hey, I don't want to say like personality wise, blah blah, but if you guys got KD back, that would have been like match made in heaven for y'all.
Man, him and Stephen Curry are definitely they work very well together. I mean, if they had settled their differences with Draymond, he works well with KD too, just the way that he can read an offense. Then you build your team around them going into next season, getting mid-level veterans and other players that can fit around what the system is, and you would have had a shot going into next year. But the man didn't want to come back. There was a deal done, a deal in place that sent Jimmy Butler to the Suns, KD to the Warriors, and Andrew Wiggins to the Heat.
Everybody would have been happy.
Besides KD, of course. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Warriors kind of it just goes to show how they messed up in the whole trying to hold on to their assets too long. I think they're trying to stall on people. They could have got Lauri Markkanen for Pods, but they're like, nah, we want to keep Pods. They could have got Kuminga for who was it, Paul George or something like that. They didn't want him either, so they kind of just sat on their hands and didn't really end up doing anything. They ended up getting Jimmy Butler, but it's it was a huge risk to take him in the first place, and he wanted an extension. So it's you had to pay him if you were going to trade for him. So I just think they waited too long. They could have got somebody earlier, even going back to last year. You know what I mean? And now these assets kind of just sat on the team, didn't really do much. Some of them got worse. So I think that just goes to show sometimes you got to pull the trigger on some moves.
Hindsight 2020, if these dudes had Lauri instead of Pods, oh my God, dude. Hassan would be so happy.
Dude, Mike Dunleavy is as worse as Nico Harrison, bro. These guys are both bad at their jobs and to be fired immediately.
Nico Harrison is a generational sell, bro. That's actually crazy.
Mike Dunleavy is too. Apparently, you see what he's trying to cook up right now.
But he's not trying to build casinos in Vegas, bro. I mean,
at least you got Anthony Davis in return, and we got Jimmy Butler, a 34-year-old man.
And you guys extended it without playing a minute for your team?
Bro, he hasn't played basketball in months. This guy was literally making trolls about being a DoorDash driver.
He's going to average 14 points per game for the rest of the season. You're going to be so mad.
Yeah.
That would be, if Jimmy Butler is actually even worse than we've seen him, the Warriors are cooked. There's no even next year, unfortunately.
They paid him when he didn't even step foot in the city, bro. That's crazy.
Bro, he hasn't played basketball in months.
I don't think it'll be that bad, but I'm just saying, if it is, it's going to be ugly.
Bro, he just got suspended, and these dudes paid him 60 M's a year.
Well, he got suspended on purpose, let's be real. He did it.
That's a bad thing, though. That's a bad thing.
It's bad PR.
No, it's definitely bad. And at any point, he could pull some shit at any point.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, I just hope we make it to the playoffs this year, and it's entertaining for us.
You know what? This is like.
This is like entertaining the teacher. One way or another.
You know, this is like when the teacher gives that one kid who's always causing problems and shit another chance. Oh, come here back to me. Come on, Jimmy. Come, it's okay. And he does it again.
They show you they have potential, but then every time they just get in trouble.
Jimmy gonna be 37. Warriors better pay me or I'm leaving. I'm not gonna show up to practice. Y'all better give me that $60 million a year.
Him saying that he would never leave the Miami Heat. This is the best team he's ever been a part of. It. This is straight up his culture.
He thinks he's Allen Iverson, bro. Get him out of here.
All right,
You're not an MVP talent, bro. You're not MVP talent. Oh my God, dude!
If it's one organization that can help him,
you have to root for him. You have to root for him now.
I know, right?
So when does Jimmy play for you guys? First game, do you know?
Saturday.
I haven't said yet.
Saturday? Jimmy plays Saturday?
Yeah, because he's not hurt. He's just been an asshole. That's why he's not playing.
And no conditioning or anything.
He should have played today against the Lakers.
He's staying ready, fucking running DoorDash orders,
running from door to door.
Exactly. So hey, we'll see. Hopefully hopefully you root for him, become a fan, or he makes you hate your own team. We'll see what happens first.